Hello everyone, welcome to day 6 out of 25 on my channel. I'm going to be taking you guys along a little adventure. We're going to be restocking, purging, cleaning, reorganizing my entire salon, but also my nail desk, most importantly, because you guys, I have definitely been neglecting that poor thing. So you guys are going to see it from crusty to dusty to nice and organized and glamified and beautiful. But before we get into it, I have an announcement to make. We are going to be picking the winner for my last video's giveaway. If you guys missed out, we are on giveaway number 3. That leaves you 17 more opportunities to win a giveaway on my channel, as we are doing 20 in the month of December. My girl, congratulations to Celeste. I'm sending you the V2 non-posable hand kit from Vita Bella, which is my very own brand. Make sure you guys go show some love on my website. Now that that's out of the way, I want to let you guys know, please do not respond to comments saying that you won anything. Please do not fall for those things. And my girl Celeste, congratulations once again. Make sure you comment down below and message me on Instagram to make sure you claim your prize within 24 hours. Otherwise, it will be forfeited and sent to the next person. Now, before we get into it, we have a few pit stops to make. We are going to be going to the store and restocking a few of our products. Now that we're fully restocked, I hope you enjoy the video. Now let's get right into it. Getting right into the video, we are starting off by just restocking our fridge. We do like to provide drinks to our customers. Next, we're going to be working on our shelves. These hold our gel polishes. I'm actually going to be doing kind of like a purge as well. We have a lot of products that I honestly don't think have ever been touched. So I figured I would go ahead and start reorganizing everything. So I went ahead and took everything off of the wall. We are now putting the Profiles Backstage gel polishes up there, and I'm kind of categorizing them by like cat eye polishes, glitter bomb, their magic line, and just their regular polishes. That way that everything is nice and organized. I'm also color coding them as well. So we're going always from lightest from the left to darkest on the right, and I try to follow the pattern of a rainbow. So that's kind of how I start organizing all of my stuff. And then of course all the white bottles are going to be together, and then I'm putting all the dark bottles together as well, so that everything kind of looks a little bit more cohesive. Now, I did have a large amount of Profiles Backstage in comparison to the other brands that I used, so I tried to leave one shelf specifically for them, and then the other ones would go on the other side. Here we have the not polished ones, and I believe these are glitter gel polishes. And then again we have the cat eye ones, and then down below we're putting the Kiara Sky, and then I'm kind of just moving them around as I need to. So I pretty much just try to put them up there as organized as possible, and then I go from there. Now we're going to be cleaning our little lounge station where I provide coffee, drinks, snacks, and mints and all that good stuff. So I have been slacking on restocking this area, so I made it a point to actually do that. We're just going to be restocking our little coffee pods here for our coffee machine, and then we're wiping everything off, making sure everything is nice and clean. I've been super busy, and this little area has definitely been neglected, but I do feel like the clients appreciate it, so I always try to keep that in stock. Now comes the mess of my drawers. So the way that I tackle my organization when it comes to my drawers is I either just move them all to one side, and for this specific drawer, I'm just kind of putting them on my desk and going from there. This top drawer on my right side has a bunch of glitters. and acrylics. They are mixes that I have done in the past. So the glitters are mixed with clear acrylic, and then the color acrylics are mixes that I've made specifically for clients throughout the years. So I always have those as options as well. I wouldn't know how to tell you how I mixed them, but I always like having those just as backup, just in case a client comes in and wants a specific color. Now, the one that's always super messy are my loose glitters, and you can see that here is my second drawer on the right. And oh my gosh, you guys, I definitely have a disaster in that drawer. I feel like every time I grab one, I kind of just throw it in there. That's why you see a big stack on the top. So for this one, because my desk was already full with a bunch of products that I was getting rid of, I figured I would just go ahead and move them to the side and work as I went. So I like to start off on the left side of my drawer with the lighter colors as well, and then I go darker across, and then I have like all my festive ones all the way over to the right end. So I'm starting off just with my whites, iridescents, going into silvers, golds, and then transitioning that into my pinks, purples, and then you kind of get the gist of it. I didn't really go in depth to try to organize them a lot, honestly speaking, but I figured I would try a little bit and make everything look a little bit more cohesive. But for sure, I could have done a more in-depth job of organizing like all the whites together versus kind of having some yellowish tones in there as well, as you can see on the left side. But all of these little containers are from Profiles Backstage. There's probably one or two of different brands, but 99% of them are Profiles Backstage. I absolutely adore them. I talk about them all the time on my channel. Now, unfortunately, my little organizer spice racks are no longer in stock. I don't even think IKEA makes them anymore, but I stocked up on those, and I made sure I added those to all of my girls' desks when we first opened up. But if you guys can find something similar, 100% recommend them for organization when it comes to glitter jars that are like this. And you'll see in my bottom drawers as well, I use them for my acrylics. So definitely a go-to, and I wish they still had them. So if you guys can find some similar or find these somewhere else, 100% recommend them. They are the best thing that I could have done for our drawers. So I'm just going to continue to fix these up, and I'm actually going to be answering some questions. I asked you guys in my stories on my Instagram page to go ahead and do a Q&A type of thing so I could answer those here while we are organizing. I feel like this was a really good opportunity to kind of do that. Now, first off, we have Nails by Mickey. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Asking, how do you manage to do nails and take care of your baby? Honestly speaking, my husband is an angel for helping me all the time, but he is actually working with me full time. If you guys did not know, his job is to take care of the manufacturing, the shipping, and all that stuff that has to do with Vita Bella. I've been focusing a lot more on home and taking care of the baby and doing videos. So whenever I need to do videos, do nails, have a client, he actually watches her for me. He takes time out of his busy day fulfilling orders and stuff to watch her. So that is honestly how I get stuff done. And honestly, when I'm working from home, I just make sure she's taking a nap, and while she's taking a nap, I take advantage of that, and we get stuff done that way. Huge game changer if you actually take advantage of babies taking naps. Next, the question reads, for a beginner nail tech, how would you price your nail sets for each client? I always respond the same way. I don't like to talk about pricing because everywhere is completely different. I personally went based off of what other salons and what other people were charging around my area, and I actually went a little bit lower. So me back then, I started at $25, and I would do $20 specials all the time to get people in the door. It kind of just depends on your area. I know a beginner nail tech, say in New York or Miami area, would 100% charge a lot more even at that time in comparison to my area. Where I'm from just doesn't allow that. I think now we are definitely a little bit more open-minded about pricing like that, but back in the day when I started, it was $25. So just keep that in mind, shop around, do your research, and you could base your sets off of everyone around you. Next, we have the question that reads, what hand color do you use the most? 100% V4. I absolutely adore that skin tone. It is just absolutely stunning, and I feel like that is the one that I gravitate towards the most because it just looks so good with all the colors. Now in this drawer, I keep all of my go-to acrylics. So that's essentially what I'm going to be kind of organizing here. I have all my not polished nudes, my clear acrylic, and then black I keep in there as well because I tend to use that quite often. And then I just have over to the right hand some Profiles Backstage powders as well. Now next question is by Sophia. How do you keep your acrylic brushes nice? Honestly speaking, I just make sure that I wipe my brush consistently while I'm working. That is key. Make sure your liquid to powder ratio is perfect and you won't have to clean your brush really at all. And then once I'm done, I go in with Young Nails Swipe and I actually drench that a little bit with it, and then I wipe my paper towel in between. I'll definitely try to show that footage in one of my next few videos. Now in this drawer, I honestly have a bunch of different random powders. I mainly have Glam & Glitz cover acrylics and then some Kiara Sky as well. So I'm kind of just gonna clean that out using my Dyson vacuum here. Came in handy, definitely love that we have this at the salon. But next question is, what gave you the idea to put out practice hands as opposed to acrylic? This is a really good question because Sergio and I kind of went back and forth when deciding what we wanted to launch. In honest truth, I felt like the acrylic lines were oversaturated, so we wanted to go with something that would be a little bit more personable, and I felt like practice hands are such a good asset when it comes to starting to do nails, and even in long term in your career. I think it's a really good thing to implement just for practicing purposes and trying to get good pictures of sets that you practice on. I think honestly it's a really good investment, and I know that it helped me a lot, so I wanted to include that, and that's kind of how we launched Vita Bella. It was the best decision ever, so if you guys are interested in purchasing a practice hand, definitely go check out our website. Next, here we have my first drawer on my left hand side. Here I keep all of my staple like go-to stuff when it comes to files, my little lint-free wipes, my top coats, primers, and then just extra brushes as well. I keep those in these little containers that I believe I got from Target, and then I kind of just organize them by category. So there we have pens, brushes, and then I'm gonna put some gem gel in there as well because that is always a go-to. And then you can see right near me where I sit are my hand files. And then here I'm just trying to kind of clean off. That little container was really messy, so I was trying to wipe off any little residue. Did not work, but I at least attempted, right? Now my girl Tania asks, how are your acrylic toes holding up and do you recommend? Okay, so right off the bat, I would definitely recommend it on your big toe. I struggled with the smaller ones, not gonna lie. I had 2 pop off already, and I will definitely be doing an updated video when I'm fixing them. But I actually went in with gel polish and I fixed those because I had somewhere to be. You can't even tell that those are not acrylic. Would I recommend it? I would recommend it on your big toe, not on the rest of your toes. It is, somebody mentioned that it was painful when you wear closed-toed shoes, and I would 100% agree with that once they grow out. When I first did them, I didn't have any issues, but as they grew out and as they're growing out, I definitely do not like them. So definitely recommend it on a big toe, not on the rest. And then another question is, how often do you change the nail file / drill bits? My drill bits, I change them probably every 2 weeks, week and a half whenever I was working full time, sometimes even every week, just depending on how much work I was doing throughout that. And then for the nail file, you should be changing that every single client. For sanitary purposes, you should absolutely be using a new one every time. That's why I like to use the Tammy Taylor peel and stick files, because you could just peel off the back, sanitize the little plastic pink part, and then replace it with a new one. Now the drawer before this one was honestly pretty much organized because I really do not go into that drawer, meaning I should probably take time to purge and just get rid of all the stuff that I don't use. It's clearly not being touched, so I don't need to keep it. This drawer, however, I go in there a lot to get crystals, chrome powders, and just little stickers and stuff. So that's kind of like my main nail art little drawer. So all my crystals are all over the place. I actually am going to be taking out some of that glitter that is on the left side up at the top, because I honestly never use those and I've had them for probably 5 years. So I will definitely be including those in a giveaway. They are absolutely beautiful. I just do not use them and I feel bad because they're literally just there. So here I have little containers that I'm actually putting my chrome powders in. I'm trying to organize everything by really just category. Those go up top. And then my stickers, I have a little folder from Profiles Backstage that I didn't have at the time, but I will be placing those in there. And then I just had a bunch of junk in there. So we're trying to like put everything away where it should be and then getting rid of what I don't ever use. Someone says, I'm in my first year of doing nails. Question is, how often did you do nails, daily or weekly? I worked from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Saturday, my first year, and honestly my first like 3 years of doing nails. I made it a goal to become successful, and that was my priority. So I literally was at the salon all day, even if I didn't have clients. And then I honestly will say that I got booked up probably within the 6 months of starting to do nails, just because I was there all the time and I was promoting my stuff and I was making sure that I was trying to get clientele fully. So I was there pretty much every single day. Cherishing Moments asks, what is your favorite nude to use on lighter skin tones? My nude go-to for really any skin tone is Nude Panther from Not Polish. You guys probably already knew that was coming. It is so beautiful and it goes with every single skin tone, no matter what undertone their skin has. Now again, here we have my foil drawer that I barely even touch, so it stays nice and organized. I'm just taking a few stuff out. And then my last drawer is where I keep all of my gel paints, gel liners, well, at least the majority of the ones that are nice and compact. I'm finally going to be switching this out. I realized that getting rid of those glitters gave me a few more containers. We're vacuuming again, and I'm going to be placing my frosting gel paints into those. These I actually bought from Target, I know for a fact. They were very, very inexpensive, and I use them a lot throughout even my home. So definitely recommend these for organizational purposes. Next, we have any advice to a beginner nail tech. 100% do not give up. Look up to someone, use that as inspiration, use it as motivation. If someone is negative towards your work, use that as motivation. Do not give up. I promise you there is room for growth for everyone. As long as you put in practice, dedication, you will be able to make it. There's so much money to be made in the beauty industry itself. So I promise you, if you put your mind to it, you could do it. I did it, and I am definitely a creature of comfort. So if I could do it, you could do it, and we all can do it. Next, we're just gonna be throwing away, tossing a bunch of the stuff that I took out of my drawers. I had a lot of crusty stuff, broken stuff, just things that I needed to throw away and they're just going bad or whatever the case is. Now, things that I feel like could be useful to someone else, I am putting that to the side. I have a bunch of tips that the literal sizes that I use are just gone, and I've been stacking those boxes in my drawers for no reason. So I'm gonna be tossing that as well. But the next question comes from my girl Beauty by Akira. Hey girl, hey, hope you're doing well. Now, she is an OG. I met her a few times at Orlando Premiere, but she asks, do you feel different now that you have become a beauty influencer, and are you treated differently? I 100% feel different. I in no way did I ever think that my stuff was gonna be loved so much. I literally did not think that I was going to be working with big brands, and little did I know that I was going to be traveling places to do amazing events and meeting a bunch of beautiful people. So absolutely, I feel different. I'm 1000% an introvert, so just that alone should tell you like how awkward I am in person, and Akira can definitely back that up because I'm probably super weird whenever people talk to me, but it's overwhelming sometimes, and I do struggle till this day with accepting the fact that people recognize me. Don't let that stop you from saying hi to me if you guys see me out and about. I absolutely love talking to you guys. I might get caught off guard, definitely, but I absolutely adore it. I love that is like the best part, is just meeting everyone and trying to motivate you guys, especially in person. I freaking adore everyone that supports my channel and has shown love to be in my family. We truly appreciate it. And I always tell you guys that I love you guys so much. But definitely, I feel super different. It is like weird to me still. I'm a creature of comfort, so it's definitely gotten me out of my comfort zone, and I definitely appreciate all the opportunities that have come with being an influencer. Now, am I treated differently? Yes, I've had people cry, and I've cried with them. It's just like such an insane thing to me that like people really feel motivated by my words and my videos and just, you know, me in general. It is absolutely insane, but I adore everything. I am extremely grateful, and just the learning process of it all is extremely amazing. So huge shout out to everyone. I wouldn't be here without you guys, so I always try telling you guys how grateful I am. So here we're just restocking the towels. I actually went ahead and replaced them. The other ones were super crusty, dusty. We ended up cleaning up the floor a little bit and just tidying everything up. Here we are closing up the shop. It is the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time.